Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this week of Nat's Natter. It's great to see you all again. The feedback has been absolutely amazing, so I'm delighted to be here again with you this week. Tonight, I have got two guests that are going to be joining me. So each week we have a different subject matter, and we're either talking to someone from the network marketing industry. So for those of you that don't know me, I've been in network marketing now for 15 years. My mum's been in the industry for 25 years. So for us, it's become a bit of a family business because my sister also joined us 7 years ago. Myself, my mum and my sister have got one of the top businesses in the UK. So we've got a lot of experience on how the industry works. Now, this past year has been absolutely amazing for our industry. We have grown since the pandemic because so many people are looking to work online now. And we have an opportunity that you can get started with no experience whatsoever, very little outlay. In fact, you just need to try a few products, but you get the full training and support. And obviously with 15 years of experience, we have a lot to give you. I'm with a company that has been going for over 40 years. We're in 160 countries worldwide. And I've actually got to the #1 place within the UK, as well as one of the top businesses globally. So I do represent the company's global leadership team. So you would be in very safe hands working alongside us. So tonight I'm going to be interviewing two people that I do work alongside with, and every other week I talk to somebody from a completely different industry, maybe more the more traditional industry, and they'll share tips about how their businesses have been working and what changes they've had to make since the pandemic. So last week I was actually speaking to my brother, Nick Palmer, and his friend Dee. So Nick has got an online sex shop and Dee does social media marketing. So lots of tips were saved there. So go back to one of my videos, or you can go to my podcasts or Instagram TV or on my YouTube channel to be able to catch up and find out more. But tonight, as I said, it's all about network marketing. And I will be interviewing Jocelyn, who is actually British, but living in France. And I'll be interviewing alongside with her Istvan, who is in my team. He's actually living in the UK, but he's from Hungary. So it shows very much how this business is totally transportable. All you need is Wi-Fi and some good training and support to help you get up and running. And you can literally retail the products and share the business opportunity in 160 countries around the world. So let me invite both Jocelyn and Istvan to join us. Hello, everybody. How are you?
Hello, good evening.
Hi,
I'm fine, thank you. A bit excited.
Thank you for coming along to share your experience with us. I've also got my dog here who wants to join me. You know, never run a business from home with animals and kids. She's supposed to be upstairs, but she's let herself down here. So say hi to Holly, everybody. Say hi.
Hey, Holly. How's she liking the new addition?
Yeah, we've had a new puppy come to join the family as well this week, Murphy. So a little Labrador. And yeah, she's not so keen on him right now, but I'm sure she'll get used to him. She's used to being the princess of the family, that's for sure. So anyway, back to you guys. Tell us a little bit about yourselves and yeah, just a little bit about your background and how you have got involved with
Okay.
So who wants to go first?
Oh, bless you, such a gentleman. So good evening, everyone. My name's Jocelyn, and I've been living in France now for over 20 years. I think I've stopped counting, actually. So I came over here for Erasmus for university at first, and stayed for love. And I joined Forever about 5.5 years ago now. So I was working, I did finance at law in uni, and then I was working as a key accounts manager for a UK company, but working from home, based in France, looking after all of their international accounts.
Fabulous. And what about you, Istvan?
Oh, I've got longer history than that. Yeah. Oh gosh. Well, I used to be a chef. Well, originally I started to learn to be an actor, but I decided it wasn't for me. So I went for my hobby, which was cooking. And then I spent loads of time in the kitchen cooking for friends and family. And when I moved to the UK, basically I stayed for love.
So both of you have been taken to your current countries due to love, and we're also coming up to Valentine's Day as well.
Yeah, we're all of it.
Got a lot to answer for.
So my son is now just coming to get the dog. We are live, darling.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. Can you shut the door, please?
Yeah.
And then I can get back to this evening's guest. So you both went to your countries for love, and presumably had to find work when you got there.
Yes, back to the kitchen.
Yeah, mine's a little less exciting, my story. But yeah. So my first job, I worked in Brussels for a year for a big accountancy firm, and then chopped and changed a little bit all over the place, and yeah, actually ended up selling fairy and princess dresses for 15 years. Yeah.
Was that before children? Because I know you've got 2 children now, haven't you?
Yeah, so I've got 2 kids. So that was I started before I had the kids, selling all in the toy industry, selling the fairy and the princess dresses, and then had my son Louis and then Victoire a couple of years later. And it was about that time that I changed over. So I started my forever journey working alongside my full-time job, and I think I had my notice in after about 3 or 4 months. But there was a bigger story behind it actually. In that my husband got diagnosed with cancer when Victoire, my little girl, was only 6 months old, so she was really tiny. And I mean, he's absolutely fine now, but that for us was the changing point. It wasn't so much having the kids, that probably had something to do with it, but that was the real changing point for us, where we wanted to look for something different. So
why was that? What did that? I mean, obviously it's very significant in your life when someone you care about has cancer. What did that make you want to change? What?
It was that wake-up call, basically. So when something like that happens, you kind of realise that life can be really, really short. And it was just a wake-up call for us both to kind of have a look at our lives. Were we 100% satisfied? I mean, we were very lucky in the situation that we had, and everything was fine. That's probably the perfect word, actually. Everything was fine. But we wanted more from life, and we really, really kind of wanted to make the most of life. We love traveling. And obviously when you're abroad, when you live abroad and your family are all back in the UK, in the north of England as well, it's either, well, do we travel or do we go home and see the family? And either way, you're torn, you feel guilty, or you're missing out. So those 5 weeks
because when you're working a job, you only have so many days holiday. So you felt you were having to choose, well, do I go and visit my family or do I do my passion and travel? So Vince having the cancer made you reevaluate everything that you were looking at and look for something that was more flexible, which I'll hold it there now, because that's what brought you to the network marketing. So Istvan, what about you? Had you known network marketing before?
I had a few invitations back in Hungary, so I was kind of always looking for an opportunity, but I always had a mindset of being an employee. Rather, I never thought of having my own business. Then that's changed a lot. but it was accidentally. What I was looking for really, it's a weight loss program. Because,
so you came in through the products.
Yes. I was struggling with my weight back in 2000 up to 2007. So I was trying different diets because I bent really big. So I was over 114 kilogram.
I guess chefing wasn't an easy way to be losing weight.
It's not about because I could control myself when I was working, but the bad timing of eating, no eating almost all day, and starting early morning. So I'm losing out on the breakfast, and then when I went home about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, or midnight, that was the time when I could eat. So basically anything I was eating, I didn't do the workout for it. So yeah, that happened. And one of my guests introduced me to the C9, which Forever has. So basically I didn't hear about the company beforehand. And that done the magic. And I was accidentally involved with the business because my friends were asking me, well, I lost nearly 7 stones, which is about 43 kilograms.
My words. So for you, the products were literally life-changing.
Yes, definitely.
And did you find, Istvan, from using the products, you were naturally talking to people about the products, which then showed you the business? Or did you use the products and think, wow, I want to be an ambassador for this company and promote them? How did you actually come to join the business part?
Okay, so the business part came later. I've done the C9, then I've done F15, and I was just using the products. But because everybody was asking me, how did I manage this? People kept asking me to bring one. And there was 1 month, I remember, I was making exactly the same amount of money selling C9. I didn't want it to, but I did. That my full-time job.
Wow.
So I was like, okay, so I might be interested in this thing.
And that was actually back in Hungary, wasn't it, when you were living there?
Yeah, that's back in Hungary, and I met the company in 2007. I think that was the year when you joined. No.
I joined in 2006.
Yeah. So just a year after, and I couldn't shut my mouth, but the result was speaking a lot more. I mean, everybody was saw me.
And we have, within our company, we've got so many different ranges of products, haven't we? From the weight management to nutrition to everyday products to amazing skincare. What have I missed? One household product, all the product you can use for animals as well. But a lot of people, will just pick the area that they want to focus on, which tends to be, where your passion is and where you have the most, I suppose, joy with the products, if you like. So for you, Istvan, you came in through the weight management, which is always, so many people are trying different ways of looking after their weight, and particularly after, the lockdown that started in March last year. So for us in the UK, it's supposed to be a 2-week lockdown. I think my daughter said to me today, we're on day 301, Mum. And, lots of people have put on weight. So it's a very, very great product to recommend. And if anyone's watching this and you want to find out more, then please pop us a message. We've got an online support group that we can show you our cleanse and how it works. Istvan has got some amazing before and after photos, so he will more than happily send those to you because it is just astonishing and definitely one of our top selling products. Jocelyn, just coming back to you, what's your best selling product range? What do you focus on, would you say?
I don't know, it's got something to do with being a mum, but probably a lot of the everyday family products. So the products that actually I was already using, I was just using other brands, and so now I've found the same products but a lot better quality. So products like the deodorant, the toothpaste, the soap, the creams, just your everyday family products really. I kind of guess you attract the type of people that you are. So being a mum myself, then obviously I'm surrounded by a lot of mums. So it's those products that we use as a mum and the products then that we use for our kids. So just, yeah, those everyday daily products, really.
And that's the beauty of it, really, isn't it? I mean, there's so many different network marketing companies out there, and it's about finding the right company for you. But with our company, you know, people are using these products anyway. It's just got a different brand name on them currently, because everyone we know gets up in the morning, they tend to brush their teeth, put the deodorant on, wash their hair, put their skincare on, and we do all of that. So it's literally, you get started by using those products, finding out which your favorites are, and then it's just recommending that to somebody else. And like I say, you know, you just say, well, give this toothpaste a try, see how you get on. If you don't like it, you get your money back. Which, you know, how did you find that money back guarantee when you started off with the company, being able to share that with people? How did that make it easier for you, or what did you feel?
I mean, it's bonkers, really, when you think about it. Because what other shop could you go in, buy a cream, use half of it, and then say, actually, I don't like it. Can I take it back? People would just laugh in your face, wouldn't they? So I think for me, it was really kind of as well a sign of the quality of the product, because no other company would put that into place if they have doubts on the quality of the product. So and I can literally say in 5.5 years, I've never had to use that guarantee.
Do you know what? I think in 15 years, I think I've maybe had 3 products returned, and all for genuine reasons. So it is just really, really amazing. And obviously, you know, we've all got huge customer bases. Actually, Jocelyn, your husband doesn't work anymore, does he?
No, he's a stay-at-home dad. So, I mean, he loves that because he didn't enjoy it. He was actually in sales before, and he was probably the worst salesman that could exist. He's just not made to be in sales at all. But, you know, kind of, especially in France, you kind of put into a box. And if you don't know what you want to do, you go to business school afterwards. It's like the equivalent of a basic uni course, basically. So probably about 80% of French people go to business school because they don't know what else to do. They finished in sales jobs, and he was just not made for that type of job as well. So he loves it. He's well, a bit like you, actually. He loves cooking. So we have like fantastic home cooked meals. Yeah, and he does a lot with the kids as well. It means he can spend a lot more time with them than he could when he was on the road and things as a salesman. So yeah, stay at home dad.
So obviously that looking at network marketing not only took you out of your full-time job, but took your husband out of his full-time job. And now, you know, I know you do, well, in normal times, travel a lot and do some amazing things with your family. So has it given you that flexibility you were looking for?
It has, definitely. It's been a game changer completely, lifestyle wise, and we did have a good lifestyle before. Definitely couldn't complain, but since then, yeah, having Vincent been able to sort of quit his job and give us that flexibility, because obviously if he was in a job, then we'd still be stuck travel wise. He would have his fixed holidays and things, so it's given us the flexibility to travel. It's allowed us to see so many different places, and we've just moved into our dream home as well, which we absolutely love. So yeah, it's ticked off all those boxes, every single one of them.
Well, actually, as well, last time I saw you, Jocelyn, we were actually in Thailand together with monkeys on our heads, weren't we? So that was thanks to the company. So we also get to travel with the company, and that was an incentive that we run. So although, you know, Jocelyn's from the UK, we speak very much online because you live out in France, but we get to holiday together through the company as well, which is pretty exciting. So Istvan, back to you a second, because you started with the company, you say, in 2006. Did you say 2006?
2007.
2007. But you got started happily, but then you had your move to the UK and you actually stopped building your business, didn't you, with Forever?
My journey was really surprising, seriously, with Forever, because I reached supervisor in Hungary without really wanting it. I was just speaking to lots of friends, and I had a doctor who's actually knew about the products, and he used to be a member like 10 years beforehand when it started back in Hungary. So when he knew that, oh my God, you've got this, brilliant, I want to work with you. So he made amazing product sales. I mean, like, I couldn't even breathe. So in 2 months, I became supervisor. I was really struggling to have my 4cc on the side because I didn't know the business that time. Yeah, so it was really, really surprising.
Listening, you know, supervisor is just the first level on our marketing plan. And when you're talking about CC, it's just a measure of business that you do within the company. So, so then, sorry, Istvan, you got started, but then stopped.
And then stopped because, you know, life gets in the way, and I got what I wanted. I lost weight. I looked okay. So I continued my life. And then I moved to the UK in 2013. And this is when I started.
Oh, we've lost you a second there, Istvan.
Frozen.
Istvan has just frozen, so I will fill in a moment because Istvan moved to the UK. He met the love of his life, Colin. And then last year he got restarted with Forever. And we find that a lot, you know, people might get started, you know, nobody says I want to be a network marketer. Nobody has this as their plan for life, but for a lot of people, it's literally just a bit of extra money along the way, which is what it was for Istvan. He then stopped, life changed, moved to the UK, but got restarted again last year. And it was actually just before lockdown, because it was the last trip that I went on before we got stuck in. And I always used to go help someone set their business up, do the product evenings to get them up and running. And then COVID hit. So we did that with Istvan and his friend Bori that also joined the business, built a very big team very quickly, and then had to move it all online. And that has just been amazing for us, hasn't it, Jocelyn? I mean, how has business changed for you doing it online since COVID? Tell us a bit about what your day looks like.
Well, it's been quite incredible. I mean, obviously, I think like everyone, when it hit, no one was really expecting it, and we didn't know what was going to happen, and it was kind of panic stations and everything. But I mean, I really did feel lucky. I do want to say, because I really did feel lucky at that time to work with Forever, because they were amazing in all the different countries that we worked with. They were so reactive to the situation to help us kind of make sure things were in place. Really great with training, with deliveries and everything. So obviously that was really, really reassuring for us. And then we just switched everything to a digital way of working. So if we were doing a home party, well, we'd just switch it to an online party via Zoom or something like that. We got loads of extra trainings on social media, so putting those into place. And actually, it's been fantastic, because obviously everyone's out there. They want to look after their health and be in the most healthy situation possible. So business has really increased with that. People looking after their hands. So all these different things. We're talking about the C9, about the cleanse before. That's just been absolutely amazing as well. So product-wise, it's been fantastic on the sales volume. But then we've learned loads of things as well, obviously, because you're constantly learning and you're constantly evolving and adapting and changing. But then team-wise as well, we've had so many different people join the team, and for such a variety of reasons. Obviously, there's been people who've joined for financial reasons, because they're in a situation where obviously they need a plan B, they need a second choice. But we've also had, which has been really interesting, really nicely refreshing actually, is people who've been joining for a breath of fresh air, something in their life, a new project, or for the social reason as well, just to have a social contact, because they're sick of being stuck at home. And that's been really interesting as well, to be able to help people not only with the products, but with also with the other side of the business, with the opportunity. So that's been fab. and saving so much time. I don't know about you, but before, when you think about how much time you used to spend on the road and going to meet people, and now, so
it has,
yeah, that's been brilliant as well.
You know, I've learned so much as well, you know, from my 15 years in the business, and the last year has shown how easy it is to build your business globally. So, you know, for you guys with contacts in different countries, it just shows now that literally anyone can do it, because whether someone is in your home country or somewhere else in the world, we do it the same for everybody now. And, you know, as a company, we have had tremendous growth. In fact, in recruitment, so people joining the team and getting started in business is actually up 60% in the UK, which is huge. And that will be, you know, some people that have looked at the business before that have come back. So I've had a lot of people doing that, but also a lot of new people. Just like you say, you know, Jocelyn, people that are looking for a change of direction, people that actually, you know, have enjoyed working at home and want to find a way to have that flexibility. So it's just been, you know, brilliant. And seeing the growth has been really, really exciting. So Istvan, you're back now. I did fill in for you a little bit with how you ended up getting restarted with us. Tell me, what do you find most rewarding about working your online business?
I think the time, because that's something that you never ever can get back. So it's just so easy to hop on, set up a Zoom meeting or even on Messenger, and there's no more distance anymore. I was really skeptical because I'm more like an offline person. I love to be, you know, socialize and go to with my friends to the pub and let's have a chat. Most of my sales then that time done in the pub. And in April last year, so I restarted in March 2020 with my best friend, and who's actually still Hungarian, living in the UK. And yeah, Natalie came to see us to help our business get started. It was such an amazing launch. And on that month, I made over £500 profit. And because, you know, it was offline, so I could chat to people, everybody came to my house, etc. And then in April, when we went to lockdown, I had a major setback because I've never done this before. But thankfully for the trainings that we've got, I could learn how to do things. And, you know, this is something that what I say to everybody, that with no experience, you can get started, learn and earn on the go, because the training is such an easy and available offline as well. Yeah, that's how it's changed the time for me. So I appreciate a lot more. Not traveling can reach anybody. Sometimes a meeting has to be scheduled at 6 o'clock in the morning or 10 o'clock in the evening. But hey, that's 30 minutes.
So you like that flexibility and having the time and that extra money. I mean, who wouldn't want an extra 500 quid in their pocket? And that was around working full time as well in your first month. And, you know, loads of people are doing that right now as well. So if you want to join Istvan's Facebook page, he's the Hove Health Club. You can also follow Jocelyn on Instagram, or obviously just search their names on Facebook as well to be able to find them. So share with me an average day just to finish off, Jocelyn.
So something that's probably majorly changed that I've integrated into my day is personal development and mindset. So I'd never ever did anything like that before, but now first thing in the morning, so it's a bit of meditation and a bit of visualization of my objectives and things like that. And that's something that all of the personal development side, I absolutely love it. I find that really, really, really interesting, but really helpful on a professional and on a personal basis. Get the kids up, get ready, get them out the door, and then when it's peaceful and silent, we every day, well, Monday to Friday, we jump online with the team and we have what we call a power hour. So we spend time with the team and do our daily activities, everything that really needs doing in a short period of time, and then at least we know we've started the day off as best we can. And if life gets in the way, if things get in the way, the rest of the day, our basic activity is done and dusted. Spend usually a fair bit of time catching up with team members, time spent with clients, checking on clients, checking they're okay and that they've got everything they need. It's usually all pretty simple. I mean, that's the simplicity of this business. It is so straightforward. There's nothing complicated about it.
Every day is so different, isn't it, as well?
Yeah, it always changes. It always changes. If I write it down, it's kind of popping on social media. I don't know if it's very good to say this, but I never feel like I'm actually working, because it's always chit-chatting with people on your team or with clients, and they've all become friends or like family members.
And let's be honest, most people are on their phones all the time anyway, so at least you can be making money
while I'm doing it. Yeah.
So we have to log off now. We have got to our 30 minutes. So one final tip, or what one thing would you say to people watching to find out more? Or
I'd say just do it. Got nothing to lose. It's a zero risk business, so I just say just do it. At least look into it and see if it's for you. It might not be for you, but just look into it.
Take a look. What about you, Istvan? If you have one last word.
It's really funny that you said that, Jocelyn. I was thinking the same. I can't say the same, do I? So what I would suggest is, if the business is not for you, have a look anyway, because you might be able to help someone else who is it for. You know, someone that, oh my God, I remember that she's such and such and such. So you can actually help other people by just being open-minded.
And what I would say as well, if someone has spoken to you about the business before, maybe you've spoken to one of us about the business before, the door is always open. It took me 10 years to get started with my mum, but I am so pleased she kept on asking me to have a look, because my God, we'd be living a totally different life right now. So get in touch. We can have a little chat with you, or share this with somebody that you know. And next week we will be listening to, I'm trying to remember who I am. Next week is very exciting for those of you that know Spaghetti Agency, a Facebook support group and a marketing company in the UK. I will be interviewing Todd, who runs that, who I've known for many years. In fact, he's helped my team with lots of social media coaching. So that'll be a good one for any traditional business or anyone looking to start any kind of business to log in next week and have a listen. So thank you to my guests, Jocelyn and Istvan. It was great to speak to you tonight, and any questions that you've got coming up after watching this, if you're not watching live, then just let us know and we will get back to you. Thank you very much and have a good evening. Good night, everybody.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye.